thank you. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to follow the honourable member behind me, because that was laudably brief. My question, sorry, my name is Paul Oxley. I'm from the Sport Shooters Forum. My problem is actually, and I'm quite glad to see that Mr. Lamb brought up some of the graphics that he did. It's something that's been troubling me for many years, and I'm glad that he brought it up today so that I can actually hopefully drill down and get an answer. I don't know if anybody else noticed, but the slope of downward, the rate of decrease in firearm homicides on the graphic that he displayed indicates a steady downward slope from about the beginning of the graph, about 1994, onwards right through to almost present. And one of the major effects on that graphic was actually where the rate of decrease slowed down. Now, the honourable member behind me has talked about how we can talk about increasing the rate of decline. And we actually slowed the rate of decline down in approximately 2004, 2005. Now, 2004, 2005 is significant because that's the date that the Firearms Control Act began to be implemented. So it seems to indicate that the Firearms Control Act actually inhibited the decrease or the rate of decline in firearm-related homicides. The rate then picks up again slightly and the rate of decrease starts to increase again in approximately 2009. And if you study the recent developments in firearm licensing, you'll find that from about 2009, 2010, the process of licensing civilian firearms, private firearms, picked up. It increased. A lot of the problems that were being experienced with processing firearm licenses were cleared out of the way at approximately that time. So it seems to indicate to me, and I hate to be the one to raise this because, but it seems to me very much to indicate that the much discredited John Lott study seems to be closer to the mark in South Africa by our own experience than what we'd perhaps like to acknowledge. And I'd like to, if there's an explanation for this, I'd showing the contrary, I'd really appreciate it. My next question also relates to issues which have been brought to the table today, to the chamber today, relating to the intimate femicide studies. And the original intimate femicide study that was produced had the data sets attached to it, which we revealed were quite revealing. The update on that, they removed the data sets. So you can't actually see where they're getting the information from, but the update merely reiterates certain points from the original study. And what the original study shows, which is quite fascinating, is that in those communities where access to firearms was easier, or where there was easier access to firearms, that also correlates quite strongly with the lowest incidence of intimate femicide. And conversely, in those areas where firearm access was more restrictive, it seems to indicate that the rate of intimate femicide increases. Now that I don't know I'm not a statistician, I don't draw inferences from that, but it seems to indicate to me that again, we're looking at the wrong end of the problem. I'd like Mr. Lamb particularly comment on those, because that fascinates me. And I think as per the other honourable member mentioned, that correlation is dangerous. We must be beware of taking correlation as equaling causation. It certainly isn't. We have to be very careful of that in everything we do. So that's just dealing with the data that we already have. Yes, there's much more data that we need, but on the data sets that we already have, we